What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. Let's get into this conversation/reality chat. I have not talked about this show, guys, but I've been meaning to talk about it. I have been watching it, and I just wanted to talk about something. And listen, it's actually a couple of things. There's a lot that I've seen on this show. I've been watching it for the past several seasons. This is the third season now. And I actually do like this show. It comes on the OWN network. And listen, I just wanted to ask some questions. And I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Okay, I'm going to be as brief as possible with this, but I have questions. I just wanted to know. First, let's start with Lateshia. I think her name is Lateshia. That I'm not even going to go into her marriage, her relationship, because that is just a whole freaking mess. And I, again, want to keep this as brief as possible, but I think it's just kind of comical to me. And I'm not here to hate on anybody's hustle. She's on television, and look, she has something that a lot of people can't say. There are a lot of people that are not on television, so fine. And there are not a lot of people that even aspire to do that. I know I don't, so I don't really care. So this is no hate whatsoever. But I have questions. Lateshia, she says that her business is an enterprise, right? She calls her business Lateshia Pearson Enterprises, LLC. But what is her business? And again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be shady. But listen, this is something that I have been saying for some time. And even more so now, because now on this season, she has an office. She claimed that I think it was on one episode, she met up with this young lady and she said that she was going to be mentoring this young lady who was going to be starting a business. And I don't remember a whole lot about that chick, but from what was said to me, it sounded like that young lady had more experience in business than Lateshia did. But I feel that because Lateshia is on television, that's just like the connect. She wanted to try to get a little bit of exposure. So, okay, cool. Because she went with Lateshia to, was it Latrice's hair wig launch or something like that? It was one of those little things that they had on the season. So it just was, to me, a little bit funny, right? Because I'm like, your business is holding brunches. And listen, I'm not knocking it. I am not knocking it, because there are coordinators and event planners that do amazing work, right? So if that's what she was doing, I would say it would make more sense if she was an event planner versus someone that says she throws brunches and the brunches help people to launch their businesses, because at the brunches people meet each other and they connect and they network. And I'm not knocking it. So please don't think that I'm hating on this chick, because I'm not. But to me, I just kind of find it a bit funny and comical, because it's almost like Tommy from the sitcom Martin is like, you ain't got no job, man. It's like, you ain't got no business, girl. Like, is this like really a business? And again, I'm not here to hate on her. If she was saying that she was an event coordinator or a brunch planner or something like that, to me, it would make more sense than what she's claiming her business is. Because on this most recent episode, this person from one of the local news stations, she showed up to interview Lateshia at her office. It was right outside of the office. And I guess this young woman from the news station, she, I guess, was the camera person, the interviewer, the whatever, all of the other things that people do when they do those interviews. I guess they had her doing everything, because she came with the camera. She had to set up the camera. She had to set up the mic. She had to do that and all this. And she was interviewing Lateshia in front of her office. and she was just talking about her business. And I just was like, this is just a little bit comical to me. I wonder if this woman is even taking this really seriously, if they really aired that on the local news, or was this just something that was set up for the show? Because to me, I just found it a little bit funny. But anyway, guys, you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What is Lateshia Pearson Enterprises LLC? Because listen, you can have brunches. And if you remember last season when it was Aikisha's first season, she was throwing shade and she was like, the bacon was burnt. The dishes were dirty. Like, I'm sorry. It was just so funny. And so to just see her now more so going all in on this business of doing brunches and creating entrepreneurs, I don't believe that. So that's my personal opinion. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But anyway, the second thing that I wanted to discuss is Latrice. All right, we know that she has a successful business. She's been doing her hair products for years, her units. Her hair always looks good, even though I'm not into lace fronts. It's, it's an acquired taste. Do your thing. She tends to look like she wears it well. Okay, kudos. And now she even purchased a building, and it's going to be a place where she'll have, a salon on one floor and a retail store on the other floor. She has her vending machine. She's doing all this stuff, but yet she's married to this man who is much older than her. She introduced us to him by calling him Zaddy. Okay. And he is someone that has money. He does. He has money. But coming onto this show, she introduced herself to us as being self-made. No one helped her do anything. She did it all on her own. She got it out of the mud. And I don't knock anyone for doing their thing, working hard, getting to a place where they are achieving success. More power to you. But do you all really believe that she did all of that on her own, and her husband, who has money, had absolutely nothing to do with it? I'm asking the question. And listen, I'm, again, no shade and no hate, but I'm asking questions because if you've been watching this show from the first season up until now, especially up until now, because a lot of people are really asking a lot of questions about this relationship and what it looks like. And it looks like he is absolutely controlling. It looks like she doesn't really get to do every single thing that she wants to do. She looks like she downplays a lot when it comes to his actions and how he makes her feel. She sometimes, I guess, sleeps in a separate bedroom. I'm not even knocking that because, listen, sometimes somebody might snore a lot and you have different sleeping patterns. As long as it's not because you're fighting, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I don't judge it. But she's going to stay over to her brother's house for a week or two because she needs him to get it together. But if you saw this most recent episode, she shared with him that she had just entered into a contract with this company a couple of weeks prior to telling him to help her get her products into retail outlets. And he got really upset. Now, do you think if he was never involved in her business and he had nothing to do with the business, besides just being her husband, loving her and supporting her, that he would have acted in that way? I'm just being honest. And listen, I'm going to share with you my perspective and you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section because I don't think there's anything wrong with just giving someone credit. Say, yeah, you know what? He invested, or not even say he invested, because sometimes when you say invest, it makes it sound like that person shares a percentage of your business. So no, maybe he did not invest anything, but that doesn't mean he didn't give you any money to help you to get your business off the ground. And that's not saying that he gave you the idea and he helped you to create it. But I do believe that he did give her money to help her get her business even more off of the ground, because she very well could have started what she was doing before she got with him. But don't you believe that being with this man, and he had the money and the access and she didn't, he had more access and money than she did, that he would not help her because that's my wife and I love you and I want to support you and I'm help you out, that he wouldn't do that. It doesn't mean that he invested. It just means that I'm giving you this money to help you out because I want to see you win. But I feel that she doesn't want people to see her in that way, because she may be, I feel, thinking that people are going to judge her because it'll make her look like a sugar baby, or he's a sugar daddy, and I'm just with him for the money. And listen, if he was broke and working at the local trash company, we already know she wouldn't be with him, not unless maybe he was not broke but working at the trash company and making a good coin and was living the life that he was living. But we all know that that's not the case. So I just believe, because I remember having this discussion a few years ago when the show first came out. I was having a discussion with someone that at the time was doing my hair, and I made the comment, and it wasn't a hate thought about it. It wasn't a hateful moment, a hateful comment, whatever, envious, jealous, none of that. But I said, I don't believe that he did not help her out. And the person at the time that was doing my hair, she was so offended. And she said, oh no, she's been doing that. He did not help her. He didn't help her. And I'm not the one to fight and fuss about stuff that, especially when it has really nothing to do with me. It doesn't make me, it doesn't make me go to sleep at night. It doesn't fill my belly. It doesn't make me go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter, like, in the grand scheme of things. So it's just my observation. Will it change anything in my life, whether it's true or false? Absolutely not. So I don't feel the need to fight or fuss with somebody to get my viewpoints across. I feel how I feel, and I think how I think. And I said years ago that I believe that he helped her with that business. She didn't believe it. She said, no, she didn't get any help from him. She did that on her own. You know what I said? Oh, okay. Because again, I'm not going to argue with anyone about my thoughts and views about something. If I see something a certain way, that's how I see it. Now, if I'm proven wrong, I'm okay with saying that as well. So it's never a judgment there, or I'm just going to stand my ground because, I'm going to be like Trump supporters that, no, he did win the election when we know that he did not. It's like, okay, if he didn't, then he didn't help her with the business. But I believe that he did then, and to this day, even more so seeing the things that I see, I truly believe that he helped her with that business, because he really got irate about that situation when she brought that up to him. I don't believe it was just a protective mechanism of, well, you should have let me review the contract or whatever, because he's not an attorney, because if she had just turned around and said, well, I had my attorney review the contract and all is well, oh, okay, well, good luck, best of luck to you. Let me know how it goes. And I'm saying these things to say, as someone myself who is a business owner, and I've been in business for well over 15 years, I can be honest. My husband was not, definitely, he ain't older like her husband is. My husband and I, we're around the same age. But I can be honest and say that even when I started my business years ago, he did pull a couple thousand out of a 401k to help me with something that I needed at the time. But he's not an investor in my business. And I did do my business on my own, and I grew my business, and I did all of these things. And he was just there. But it was never a thing where if I opened up another location, or if I did this or I did that, he was getting upset with me like that because he really didn't have a right to do it, because I've been doing all of this on my own. And seeing how upset Latrice's husband got, I don't think that was just the older man, set in his ways, old Southern husband wanting to be controlling and have the control over his wife upset. I believe that is somebody who has been in this with their spouse financially to help this business to become what it is. and for her to go and do something else when I believe he helped her to buy the building. I'm just going to be honest. I believe that he did. Because even when she was viewing the space with the friend and he showed up and came in the building unannounced, and he's going to be doing a lot of the work on the building, you can't tell me that he did not help her financially with this business, but she just doesn't want to give him that credit. I'm not here to say that it is okay for him to be controlling over this woman at all. I'm not. But look, she chose to marry this man and she knew how he was. But it's like you want the benefits of it, but you don't want the other things that come with this man. And there's trouble in paradise, and she won't really admit it. So look, I just wanted to discuss this because I really get uncomfortable when I see the two of them. And I also, just from my professional perspective and knowing how I have grown and built a business, and also one that is in the beauty industry as well, and did not have that type of controlling husband like she has, but did get a little bit of help in the very beginning, but I've been doing everything that I've been doing on my own. My husband doesn't even show up at my business locations. So to see the way that she has this man in her space and all these other things, it's not just for TV. I believe that man really truly helped her out in this business financially. And just because someone is doing well in their business financially does not mean that they don't need or want more help financially. Look at Kim Kardashian. Skims was valued at a certain number of millions, and then she got more investors, and now it's worth billions of dollars. Just Skims, not the other things that she has. So just because the business is making money doesn't mean that they don't want more. So I don't want to hear anyone say, well, her business is doing great, so she don't need Clifton's money. Child, please. Even if she doesn't need it, it doesn't mean that she's not getting it. So I just wanted to talk about that because I really, truly believe that it's an ego thing for her, as well as not wanting to be viewed as a sugar baby and someone that's just with her husband because he's not, he's really helping her out a lot and has helped out a lot financially. And now that her business may be doing better, because now, you know how it is when people get on these shows, it gives them more access, more people know who they are, and they want to buy what you have because they get to know you, like you, and somewhat trust you. So it's not even so much that you have great products or a great business. It's that people are really buying you. They're really supporting you because they like you. They feel like they know you. They feel like they trust you in some way, shape, or form. And so you're doing better financially. And now that you are, now you want it to be as if, well, this is my business and this is my baby and I did this and I did that. And he's probably feeling a bit slighted because he really knows the truth. And they may have had some sort of agreement coming onto the show where she wasn't going to say that he was involved in the business and he was going to be okay with that. So I do believe that him showing up at the business locations and the discussions that he has been having with her, those are in some ways, because of his controlling factors about himself, is him still asserting that, yeah, I may not be putting you out on Front Street like that, but just remember, what side your bread is buttered on. You know how you got it, and you know that if you want to continue with it, you're going to have to continue in this, meaning this marriage, the way that I want it. So with her having those conversations with him about she wants it to be equal and this and that and the other, he's like, no. It's like, girl, you chose that man. So listen, you can make the decision to stay with him or do what you need to do to shore up your bets and leave him. And it's just looking extremely uncomfortable and awkward. So I wanted to discuss this business because it's the businesses for me that I wanted to discuss when it comes to Lateshia and Latrice from the Belle Collective. So guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.